Hey, what is up, guys? This is John from Magic Tech Review. How are you guys doing in today's video? We're going to be going over... Uh-oh. I did not even change the title. No! Hold on, guys. Oh, my God. No, I didn't change my title to what I was supposed to have it to. Yay. So let me do that real quick. Holy moly. That's not good. Okay. See, man. It's all Mr. Caraware's fault. So I'm blaming it on. Okay. Cool. Now that I got that squared away. All right, so we're going to be talking about our phone price, our phone accessories, cases, way too expensive at Cricket, Metro, Boost, Verizon stores. Do you just want to, or do you just go to Amazon or eBay? Should you pay a little bit more of a premium at these retail locations because you're getting help, because you're getting your service started? Do you feel like, I don't know, an extra $5 is okay compared to waiting for your Amazon order and stuff like that, and maybe it might not fit? So we're going to take a look at all that, guys. So go ahead and leave a like on the video if you do enjoy the content. Go ahead and subscribe to become part of the Magic Tech Review family. No, this is not a repeat. This is not a repeat, Mr. Caraware. See, you got me all twisted up, man. Trying to get situated. Okay, so Mr. Caraware says, I just buy cases from Amazon or eBay. Same with accessories. Okay, so this is the thing, though, right? So you're being helped by a person, a human being. You go to Cricket, you go to Boost, you go to Metro, whatever the case may be. You get your free phone, right? You get your free phone. You pay your $60 for the month or whatever, and then your activation fee. The one says, I get all my stuff from Amazon because of mobile stores. They want too much. So I did ask this same question, by the way. I did ask the same question, by the way, on YouTube. On YouTube, and it was like 80% of y'all that said that y'all go to Amazon and eBay. Not this free phone argument again, dear John. Okay, I know it's not free. But you know what I'm talking about. You get it technically free, the phone at least, but you do pay for your service, and you do pay for activation fee, blah blah blah. Right now, the person. Uh-oh, here comes CV. What up, CV? Let's see here. Joseph Bennett says, nah, cases aren't expensive. Cricket customers should definitely support the employees because that helps them keep their job. It raises their pay a little for every accessories sale they make. So that is the thing. That's my argument. And CV looks like CV's trying to join in. I don't know, he must be doing something at the moment. But as you guys know, if you're stepping into one of those retail stores and you do buy a phone or whatever, those people behind the counter, they're getting paid with accessories, insurance, all this other stuff, the add-ons, so CB, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Oh man, this is a complicated topic, but I do want to address it, man. I do want to, because I used to be this person behind the counter. And I used to, get threatened if I didn't sell enough accessories, insurance, cases, this, that, and the third. And I don't think they're that much more exorbitant. Now, if you go into a Sprint store or Verizon store, holy hell, dude, I remember walking into a Sprint store. I almost fell over when I seen the price of like a car charger or something like that. They wanted I think it was like $45 or $50. Mr. Caraware with $1 super chat. Thank you so much for throwing $1 in the tip jar. See, Mr. Caraware, he knows, man. He knows. He loves me, man. He loves me. He loves messing with me.
When it comes to like stores selling cases, I mean, if you can get, I mean, I always buy my cases from Amazon, eBay, because I get the cases that I want. Like Rinky cases or something like that. But if I am in a store buying a phone and I want a case right then, and as long as I find a case that I like in this, like in the store, like a Boost store or Metro or wherever, as long as they don't charge like $25 for a case I can buy online for like $5, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because if you don't get the money, you don't get the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, if I can wait a day or two for shipping from Amazon and get the same kind of case for $5, they want to charge me $25 for in the store. I ain't gonna buy a case. Now, if they give me, if they, cut some slack, then that might be one thing,
Right.
Or if I need the phone, need a case, I can't wait a couple of days, and sometimes it kind of forces you to buy a case, because I'm telling you, there's not going to be anywhere else you're going to be able to go into anywhere else and buy a case. I mean, you can go to Walmart and buy a case, but you only got Samsung and iPhones. So unless you got, and it's usually the higher end ones, higher end Samsung. So if you're in there buying, a Cricket branded device, or you're buying something that stores really don't carry a lot, then your only option is to wait a couple of days for shipping, or ask them, say, hey, can I get this case for a little bit less, or whatever the case may be, to give you a break. So I kind of on the fence about it, because everybody has their favorite cases, whether it be Spigen, Rinky, Ghost Tech, whatever the case may be. But like I say, if you're in the store to give you a good deal on like a bundle, why not?
Yeah, of course. And I think like Cricket, Metro, Boost, they they're not exorbitant. Sometimes sometimes they're a little bit higher, maybe $5 more than Amazon. I mean, $5. I mean, the person's gonna put it on for you. They're gonna put it on for you. They're gonna make sure it fits right. They're probably gonna put on the screen protector for you. They set up your phone already. So I mean, I don't know, man. That's my argument. Okay, $5. Come on, guys. I mean, it's basically your form of tipping the salesperson.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I mean,
I know you're not obliged to, whatever. But I mean, if they give you good service, dude, like, come on, what I'm saying? It's
I mean, as long as they're not like charging like $20 extra for a case you can buy for like this price online, you can get like in a day or two, then I'm more than happy to spend $5, maybe $10 extra to get a case right then and there. It just really all it really all depends on actually depends on if they have the cases that you even actually like, because I mean, I've been in some stores where the cases were just awful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look at the cases and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, this is all the cases you got? Yeah, well then forget it. I believe that they need to have better case options in these stores personally, because everybody don't want a glittery type case, or everybody don't want some ginormous case that's like it makes your phone 2 times bulkier than it needs to be, with a kickstand and everything else. Sometimes you want just a nice simple case that looks good and going to give good protection on your phone. So I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like I say, it all depends on price.
Says, hey John, I think Nightbot is broken. It timed out Uncle Drew for nothing. I have certain words I think that I have on there, and it times out like for 5 seconds or 30 seconds. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but yeah, I'm gonna have to look at Nightbot eventually. I've had Nightbot. I remember we had it like I think I had it set to like something like bro or something like that. So every time somebody said bro, it would like time me out. We had a hell of a time with Nightbot, dude. That dude was
Yeah, Legendary takes us those same cases they sell at $25 price. You can buy for 10 on eBay or Amazon. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of time, I mean, like okay, for my Pixel, I bought a Rinky case, a Rinky Fusion case, which is one of my favorite cases, for $12. Okay, if you bought that same Rinky case in a retail store, it probably would be $30 or more. Just because, I mean, I remember used to going like Radio Shack, back when that was a thing, and they was selling otter boxes for like $70, and I'm like, but back then, you really didn't have Amazon, you had eBay, but who really thought to go on eBay a lot of times and look for stuff like that, and Amazon wasn't really around. But I remember going in places and they had the older iPhone otter boxes for like $70, and I'm like, that'll never happen. And then you can buy them now for like $30 online. But it's just like I say.
I do have to mention that it's Sprint and Verizon. These stores, they actually have financing for the accessories and the cases, dude. That's crazy. If you have to finance a case or put a fucking case or like a screen protector on credit, bro, just don't. But no, I remember that.
Honestly, I know a way to settle it all. I think that if companies like Blue, New Mobile, Redmi, Realme, all of these places, if they can throw a case in the box, I don't care if it's just a little gel skin.
I know why they do it though. I know why they do it, because you're not going to find a lot of cases online for them, so that's why they do that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still. I mean, if they can do it, then why can't? I mean, okay, I bought an S22 Ultra. Okay, the phone retailed at $1,400. The one that I bought, and they're so freaking cheap. They can't put a 45-watt charger that comes in the box, or just a starter gel skin case. But you can go out here.
Yeah, I think it's starter case is okay. I think just gives, because I hate those gel cases, but I'll use it just for the time being.
But I mean, but you can go out. I mean, and Samsung is charging $50 for a 45-watt charging brick. $50. Okay, that's pathetic.
Let me let's say hi to some people, because everybody's like, "What's up? Hey," and hi, and so let's say hi to some people. Isaac Diaz, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Joseph Bennett, thank you for joining on in. I know you're part of the Lady Red crew there, so thank you for watching over here. Uncle Drew, thank you, bro. You're always here. Legendary Tech, he's a frequent one. Robert Allen says hi. Javon Sims, Vincent D. So yeah, man, we got a lot of the OGs in here. Thank you guys for showing up.
Good to see y'all in here. Also, by the way, I'm actually on Boost Mobile's AT&T 99-cent plan right now on using LTE. Pulling good service, man. I'm telling you, this Boost Mobile on the AT&T network is pretty freaking good, man. It's pretty solid.
Okay.
But like I said, I mean, just get $1,400 without, and they won't put a little starter case and a brick in the box. But you can buy a phone for $200 from like New Mobile or Realme or Redmi or whatever, or all them places, and they'll give you a freaking screen protector, a fast charging brick. They'll give you a case. They'll give you everything you need to get started. And I'm thinking, this is kind of pathetic, but it is what it is. I mean,
Terminated.
One thing.
What are y'all talking about? Terminated. Sorry, I just heard something.
Yeah.
About terminated.
Yes, Quentin. I traded in my S21 Ultra for the S22 Ultra 512 gig. So let me ask y'all a question. This ain't case related, but if there's one thing you could bring back from the old cell phone, like the old smartphone days, what would it be? Would it be the headphone jack? Would it be a removable battery? Would it be Oh God, I just had it in my mind. Give me a second. Would it be expendable storage? What would it be? What would be the number one thing you want to see in phones today, on high-end phones today, that you don't see? Because you don't see headphone jacks anymore. Movable batteries are a thing of the past. SD cards are a thing of the past. What's the number one thing y'all like to see come back?
Ooh, notification LED, says Javon Sims. I like that one.
Manas says 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Notification light. Well, that is on some. My S21 Ultra, when I get notification, the whole screen, around the screen, it glows and makes this really cool little animation. So that's a really neat feature on the S21 Ultra. I'm hoping the S22 has that as well. Removable battery, headphone jack, SD. Yeah, Hour Blaster is really cool. I got several phones with Hour Blasters. The TCL 20 Pro 5G, we got Hour Blaster.
Mr. Caraware said 1, sir. 1. Not 10. 1. Pick one.
hey, if you want to throw them all out there, but if there's one thing. Because if you have a removable battery, you can go from 0 to 100% in like 10 seconds. There's not a charging brick out there that's going to be able to charge faster than that. The Axon 7 stereo tight speakers. Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, I think that would be.
But those speakers were excellent for their time, but there's phones out there now that are actually better than the Axon 7 speakers. Even though they sounded phenomenal, I had the Axon 7 Mini, and there's not much difference in the speaker quality, I don't think, between the 7 and the 7 Mini. And the Pixel sounds great, the Samsung sound great. LG's, I got the V50 and the G8X, and it gets good and loud, but it just sounds too unique. It really don't have a really good deep sound like the Samsung or the Pixels have. A removable battery and headphone jack. Yeah, I like Hour Blasters. I really do. I think they're fun and they're simple.
I don't know. I don't find much use for them, to be honest with you.
Well,
I have it on the Pro. Right here, TCL 20 5G Pro. I have it. I've had it. I've used it maybe once. I never use it, bro.
They're fun to troll with, man.
Yeah, they are.
That's like the number one thing. But sometimes we can't. It's that one time where you can't find your remote control. It fell down behind something, or it's hiding in plain sight. You can just pop open your Hour Blaster and you're ready to roll. But headphone jacks. There is still people that uses wired. Everybody hasn't gone wireless. And there is people that has like gaming headsets and other kind of headsets. They use it. They get the best quality out of their wired headset. And a lot of times dongles, USB-C to 3.5, a lot of times, unless you buy a lot of times, they just think it's reliable, and there's latency in that. So they don't always cut it. Plus you got that big extra cord hanging out of the daggone phone. It looks stupid. But a removable battery would be nice, but it was phone being glass and all that stuff now, and they want to charge $500 to replace the back if you break it. You won't see that ever again. Heck, you can't buy phones now for $40, $50 with removable backs.
I want a metal removable back that has a removable battery,
like the V20. I saw the LG V20. The LG V20 had the mil spec certification. It was all metal, and the back came. You push a little button, the back came off, and you pulled the battery out. And it was all metal, and it was a solid phone. What kind of phone do you have there, Art Dog?
Yeah, that's weird. What phone do you have with the IR? There's not a lot of phones with IR Blaster.
I agree with you there, Mr. Caraware. They get rid of the headphone jack so you can So you can buy the Samsung Galaxy Buds, you can buy the AirPods, you can buy the Pixel Buds and spend $200, $300, or whatever they want for their earbuds. So that's the only reason why they got rid of them for. Yeah, I mean, we know that. I mean, and now Samsung is wanting to get rid of the headphone jacks, even on the A series or some of the A series, mid-range devices. And I'm thinking, what's the point? I mean, I'm like, they're going to just keep taking stuff away and start charging and just keep charging more for it. It's ridiculous. Because V20 would have been dope if the soldering and the board didn't melt. Well, I've had my V20 for a while, and I haven't used it in a while, but I've had it for several years. I had no problem with mine. Now I know that the V20 was victim of boot looping a lot, but mine never had a boot looping issue. I think after the V20, they kind of fixed all the problems with the boot looping and all that kind of stuff like that. After the LG G4s, they had the boot looping issues. I think from the G5 on, they fixed that issue. A lot of those issues, but I didn't know about the whole circuit melting thing. Oh, you get the Poco F3. Oh, okay, yeah. Xiaomi phones, Poco phones, them phones are boss for the price. I mean, they're crazy.
So, which store do you think is the best to get accessories? Kind of going back to my title. Which store? Not Amazon, eBay. Which physical, I guess, store that you can go to is best for cases and accessories and whatnot?
Honestly, it's been so long since I've been into an actual a Metro, Cricket, Boost, Verizon, whatever store. I really couldn't tell you. I know that back in the I'm trying to remember, but I want to say that Cricket wasn't too awful bad. Sometimes they would throw in a bundle, where they might throw in a car charger, a case, a screen protector for a certain price, and it really wasn't that bad. I know Boost Mobile sometimes wanted to overcharge for their cases, as well as Metro. Metro sometimes will throw in a bundle, but it's been several years since I've been inside an actual wireless store.
Best Buy, really? Ooh, I thought they used to be expensive as shit.
Yeah,
but see, this is the thing.
This
is the thing. I like when they have a set price for stuff that $10 for the cheap gel case, $15 for the hard case, and then $20 for the OtterBox type case. You know what I'm saying? And then and they give a discount or something like that. But I hate it when they don't have any prices listed on the wall or anything like that, and it's just if you look like you have money, then they're gonna charge you more. They're gonna get more out of you. I hate that. So
exactly.
They need to have some clear price. That's really scandalous, actually. For you to go inside of a store and not have actual prices listed, Yeah.
Mr. Carroll, what kind of Target do you have? Because every Target I've ever been into has been they don't have much of nothing to begin with, in my personal opinion. But I've never seen any cases at Target that has ever caught me personally. Which like I say, to me, Target don't have much of nothing to begin with. When it comes to electronic stuff or phone stuff and stuff like that. So unless you got a super Target, they might have more stuff. I don't know.
This is the thing: is I hate when Walmart or Target, they have a phone, they'll sell a phone, and they don't have the case for it. It's stupid. I know.
It is stupid. Now Walmart, some of the straight talk Total Wireless phones, stuff like that they sell, they will have certain cases for certain phones that they sell for them. They're the cheap stuff, like $6.96, $9.99, something like that, or whatever. But if you go in there to the actual cases, a lot of them are for the Galaxy S series, the Note series, or the iPhone, stuff like that. You know, you won't see nothing else for any other brand. You know, other than those two, which in my opinion is just stupid. If I don't see a price, I usually just won't even buy it.
And you know what the thing is? The thing is that like I would assume that maybe these stores freaking, you know, whether you're a female or a male or you're black or you're white, you're Chinese or something like that, they might even charge you differently depending on your race or your gender, you know? So
yes,
that's the thing too to look at, you know? Like I would send I you know, send in your friend or something like that that's a girl and see what price she gets, and then you go in and then you ask the same thing, and then if it's different, you know, hell, I'd pull out a lawsuit.
That would be
like that, you know?
that would be so messed up if they wanted to try different prices depending on your gender, your race, or your race, gender. I mean, that would be so wrong on so many different levels. I mean, that
no, I wouldn't doubt that it happens, bro. I wouldn't doubt.
I don't doubt it either. I don't doubt it either.
I've never caught it, but I don't doubt that it happened.
Oh yeah, I remember how the old Motos never needed a case, or the old Nokias, like the old Nokia phones back in the early 2000s, where it was like where you could, yeah, they wouldn't break. But yeah, that would be crazy, and that would be so messed up, you know. If I was sitting in if I was sitting in a store like that, you know, I seen, you know, two different races, two different gender, you know, male or female, you know, come in there, and one gets this for this price, one gets for this price, and man, I turn them into blooming fast. I'd be like, that. First thing I go to the person, I say, man, that is just wrong on so many levels. And I say, I will report you for this crap. I mean, because nah. No, you know, you don't charge more to one and charge less to no. I think, yeah, equal playing field. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's messed up. That would be messed up. I mean, I've never seen that happen personally, but like you said, John, it's probably happened.
Of course. I mean, if a guy likes a girl, he's gonna give her a discount. I mean, you would think, right? So I don't know. They'd be like, "Oh, come on, babe, let me get a discount." You know. Let me get your number or something like that. Some craziness.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows, man? I'm sure it's happened before. So
no charging cable, no charging cable.
Or you get or they get like a customer that's been a pain in the ass. So then they're like, oh well, shit, I'm gonna stick it to them, and I'm gonna charge more for this case, you know?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna charge them for the SIM card, what we usually don't charge, but I'm gonna charge them anyway. You know?
Oh, there's probably been a ton of guys that's been so down bad that when a female walks through the door and kind of gives them a little bit of an eye, they just like, you know, they just about to give it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Or if it's like if it's like an elderly person, you know, they might be like,
oh, we can get more for that.
Grandpa ain't gonna know. They ain't gonna know. You know, they're not gonna even ask. They're just gonna pay the price. So.
Exactly, you know? And they'll charge them more. They'll charge them double price, if not more than that, because especially if they go in there by themselves.
Alamas, what's up? Thank you for joining the live stream.
So yeah, I mean,
that's a good point right there, Mr. Carraway. Real quick. What frustrates me, I can buy a stylus phone at Cricket Boost, Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, yet they never have an extra stylus. That's true. So true.
And I'm telling you, it is so easy to lose a stylus. I mean, if you accidentally hit that pin and you walk off and that thing falls out, I think could be anywhere. I mean, you might as well say goodbye to it unless you get very freaking lucky and just happen to it fell like on the floor or fell somewhere. But if you're out in public somewhere and you accidentally was like go to put it back in your pocket and you press that stylus in, that thing flings out. It's gone for good. You know, you have to wait for another one to come in, and never nah.
Alamas said good video twice.
Joseph says there's been many times when I went to a Best Buy to buy something and I leave empty-handed because they basically will discriminate against you if you don't have a lot of money in the bank. I mean, I don't know how they would know how much money in the bank, but if you go and say, hey, I can't afford this, you know, what else do you have? And they don't even want to, nah, you know, I mean. Well, you know how these places are. They're going to point you to the most expensive product. They're not going to point you towards a cheap product. They're going to point you to the most expensive thing that they offer in places like Best Buy and stuff like that. You know.
Alamas says cool videos. So I think Alamas doesn't speak or write English very well, but thank you for watching. If that's the case, I really appreciate it, buddy. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let's see, Uncle Drew says, speaking of which, did you hear about the guy going to prison for 3 years for pirating Nintendo games?
I didn't hear that. I mean, like I say, I don't go into stores anyway, or into wireless stores. I mean, if I get a phone sent to me, and I just get on Amazon or most times I just go on Amazon, find a case I won't buy it. It'll be here in a day or two, and don't worry about it. But if you're there at the store, you know, like I said a while ago, I mean, you know, if you're going to be out and about, and you know, because you know how it is, you'll go into a store, you'll buy a brand new phone. You know, it'd be all nice and pretty, and you won't buy a case for it, nothing like that. And the first thing that you do when you leave the store is your hand slip and your phone goes smack on the concrete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the luck. I mean, that's my kind of luck. You know, and you go like,
the worst part is, Mr. Carol Ware makes a good point. They'll sell like LG tones, but they won't even really be LG tones. So that's the worst part right there, is that when they sell you electronics that are so crap, and then they won't take them back or they won't return them, you know, you have no return policy on them, and it'll even say on the back of the receipt, it say all accessories, no return. Like, so that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, a case I can see, like, you know, helping out, or you know, it's basically, like I said, it's basically like a little tip to the for the service you got. You know, oh yeah, let me get that case, let me get that screen protector or whatever like that. But when it comes to like headphones, comes to Bluetooth, when it comes to stuff like that for your case or for your phone, I would stay away, because most of these, yeah, because most of these retail stores, they buy the cheapest stuff they can possibly get, and they just charge really, really high prices, and then they won't accept any returns, or they won't exchange or anything like that. So I would ask first, if something goes wrong with these headphones, can I return them, just like I can return them at Target or Walmart, you know?
Now, if you go into there and there's a box that says LG tones, how could they not be LG tones? I'm just kind of curious about that.
It's possible. It's possible.
Really?
Yep.
Like I said, I haven't been in those stores. I have no idea how that stuff works, or you know, if it says JBLs, or if it says like it's a JBL or LG tones or whatever the case may be, how it could be in that kind of box and sealed up and it not be the actual product. I didn't know.
It's possible. And then also they'll buy headphones that's been out for years and years and years, like the old shit, you know, and then they'll charge the prices that's like, it's like the brand new ones now. But yeah, you can buy LG tones that say LG tones on the box, but they're not LG tones, or they'll say like tones or something like that, or they won't say LG, and it'll look really similar, It'll look really similar. And
Gotcha. But I want to tell you the truth. I've had some name brand, stuff, like name brand, earbuds, for stuff like that, and then I've had some off-brand stuff. Now, being, I got the Pixel Buds A series. They're $100, and they sound good. They're comfortable. They sound good, but the battery is horrendous. Battery is horrible. Now, I done an unboxing on a pair of Walmart $20 Pro Bud V2s. They sound just as good. Now, granted, they don't have the same kind of features and all this stuff that you can set, equalizers and all that kind of stuff that you can do with these higher end earbuds. They're like $20 earbuds, and they remind you a lot of like the AirPods Pro or whatever. And for $20, instead of getting like 2 hours to 3 hours of battery, I've got 9 to 10 hours on battery. Sound quality about the same. Call quality excellent. They charge good. They work good. They connect good. So a lot of times, I always kind of go for the underdog brand name, just because people's like, oh, this brand's junk, that brand's junk, and like, well, I want these brands here, and I want to test these things out to see if they really are junk or if they're actually pretty good. Because a lot of times people look at a name brand and say, oh crap, junk, I don't want nothing to do with it. And a lot of times you can really be missing out on that time in the rough, really, for us on something that will really surprise you once you actually use it. I got like 6 pair of ear.
Oh, go ahead.
I got like 6 pair of earbuds down here to review, and they all range from like $20 to like $50. And they're all brands. There's some I've heard of, some I've never heard of. And so sometimes you gotta just try things out and just see how things are instead of going out here and buying or paying $200 for this or $200 for that. Because they just because it's got a Samsung name or an LG name or a Pixel or whatever the case may be, don't mean it's always going to be better. I mean, it might have better settings in an app to be able to change the equalizers, the bass, and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of times, yeah, I just soon pay a little bit less and have a little bit less features. That's my personal opinion. Go ahead. What now?
Javon Sims says, isn't selling knockoffs is illegal in the US, especially if carriers are doing it? Yeah, a lot of these carrier stores, though, they're franchise stores, so they're not actually, like, it says Cricket Wireless, obviously, on the thing, but they're actually owned by, Joe Schmo and his brother that, ended up getting some money and putting some money together and opening up a store. So, and also, they're only, I know that Metro and Cricket and stuff like that, they're supposed to have like 50% of branded merchandise. Like, how you go into like, I guess you don't go into Metro that much, but how you go inside of a Metro store and it'll be Metro branded cases or whatever. It's like a ratio. I forget exactly the ratio, but they have to have a certain amount of Metro branded versus third party branded stuff, and that's mandated from Metro PCS, so or Metro by T-Mobile or Cricket or whatever the case may be. So if it's a franchisee, okay, yeah, they'll probably get away with it, and if they get caught, they'll get a slap on the hand, slap on the wrist, or whatever like that, because most of these people that get inspected or do the inspecting, they have good ties with these people. Like they can shut the inspectors that they have from Cricket or from like the official people that come in. They can shut them down if they see them doing bad stuff, or they can give them a warning. So usually they just give them a warning, say, hey man, we need to fix this up, fix that up, and then they go, and then they'll come next week or in 2 weeks. So it's not like a daily inspection.
Yeah. Javon Sims says, why Metro not sells Pixel 6 Pro? I have no idea, to be honest. Which actually I don't think a lot of these um, did any of these prepaid carriers sell the Pixel 6 series? I
Is it still is Pixel still Verizon only branded or something like that, or
no, I
exclusive?
don't think so.
I remember Pixel was back. I forget which one it was that I was selling. I remember I was at Target Mobile or whatever the hell it was called. Target, yeah, I guess.
I know
Target
Visible
Tech.
I know Visible sells Pixels because I seen them on there earlier today.
Mm.
But I've not seen. I haven't looked. I don't know about Boost Mobile. I know. I know
Yeah,
Cricket
Boost
don't.
Mobile does. Boost
But
Mobile
Boost Mobile
does.
does. Well,
Nah, nah, they don't.
I know Cricket don't. I know Metro don't. I don't think. I don't know if Straight Talk them sell it either. To be honest, I don't remember seeing it when I look through the Straight Talk phones, unless they have them online. Now, I don't look at Straight Talk online, but I know in stores I've not seen, or looking online in stores I haven't seen them.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a good question. I really don't know.
So Zizio is not a knockoff company. They are an official case manufacturer. Yeah, I like Zizio for sure. I like Zizio.
I never used their cases. I've seen them online. You know, I've looked at some of the designs they've had online, but I've never
Mm.
purchased one or used one, nothing like that.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. I use them whenever I can, but unfortunately, they don't manufacture for a lot of the TCL phones which
Well,
is
there's really not hardly any manufacturer for cases that sells nothing for TCL. I mean, it sucks because I mean, you know, TCL is a very underrated. Which I mean, they've only been around for what, a year or two. You know, really strongly in competing in the smartphone world. I know they have some real cheap ones from Straight Talk, stuff like that. I'm not even counting them. But like when they actually made like the TCL 10 series, the 10 Pro, the
Mhm.
10L, and all those phones, when they started to compete, you know, I think it's a shame that a lot of these bigger case manufacturers won't include them. Because I mean, I bought a case a while back that was like a front and back snap-on case for the TCL 20 Pro 5G, and it was a horrible case. It was just terrible. And I went on there and I made a video about one that I found on Amazon, dollars or something. And even though it ain't the most case in the world, it's still a case. And they do have a couple of names I can't even pronounce that sells like these like really durable cases for the TCLs, but they're just super hard to find. You won't find an actual name brand,
Mm.
that sells nothing for TCL, which is, in my opinion, is just pretty bad because I mean,
Let's
TCL
go on
makes some
Amazon.
great phones.
So we're gonna go on Amazon. iPhone 13 Pro Max case. Let's see here. So Spigen. See, look, OtterBox Commuter Series. That's crazy, man. OtterBox is just really, really high, man. And their Commuter Series, that's just like what, a really piece of thin rubber. Nothing like too special there. $40.
I mean, my goodness. I mean, you can get like extra shield. I was looking up a case for the Pixel 5a the other day. They wanted the
Mhm.
OtterBox, so the OtterBox was like $30, but you could buy like, I think it was a Spigen Extreme Tough Shield or whatever for like $15, and you're just paying for the name. I mean, OtterBox has been around forever, and you're paying for the OtterBox name pretty much.
Mhm. Let's see. Let me
They
look
make
up OtterBox real quick. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Case OtterBox. Here we go.
I mean, I'm sure OtterBox is good cases, whatever, but I'm sure there's cases out there that, I mean, some of the Poetic cases that I reviewed a while back, them things, I mean, you could barely get the phone out once you put it in there. I mean, it's so protected.
Mm-hmm. Caseify Impact Shockproof Design, $65. Lord have mercy. $70, dude. Like, come on. It says, "Oh,
That's
look, climate pledge friendly. Shop products with sustainability certifications as part of our commitment." Yeah, okay, bullshit.
yeah. Javon Sims. I remember on eBay when I had that. When I carried the iPhone SE, I find the knockoff OtterBox cases, and there was a couple of them that you could tell were like kind of crappy, but there were some off-brand OtterBox for the SE that was actually just like an OtterBox against us. I mean, it was full protection for like $8-9, and I mean they looked identical to an OtterBox, and they gave the same protection. Um, you know, I still got that case somewhere. I mean, it was just, I mean, all the flaps was not like, because you had some with all like the battery flaps was like all stiff, and they would some of them like break off because they were so cheap. But there was actually ones like rubber that actually was like a real OtterBox. It makes you kind of wonder, are these, maybe are these like discount OtterBoxes? I don't know. But you never know the difference. Yeah.
Mr. Caraware says $1,000 should be able to run the phone over with a tank and still work perfectly. That's true, man. That's true. I don't understand why these phone companies, they make $1,000 fucking phone, or hell, $2,000 now with the foldable ones, right? And if you drop it on the floor, it's busted. It's broken. One go. Why can't they make a phone that can survive being dropped? I mean, how long have we been at this shit now?
Yeah,
I don't
and
understand.
in these high end phones, I mean, they're made completely out of glass. So I mean, like I see, if you drop it, if the back shatters, that's going to be $500 to replace. If you crack the screen, you're looking probably $300 to replace it. Depending on what kind of phone it is and everything, and that's probably why they do it, to be honest. Um, yeah, but I agree. I mean, there's phones you can buy right now for like $100, whatever, that you can run over it. You can run over it with a 4-wheel drive 3 or 4 or 5 times, and he just laughs at it. It's like that tickles. Do it again. But yeah, I mean, they have all this Gorilla Glass Victus, the toughest glass we've ever made, and one drop on a drop test and it shatters. I'm thinking I'm like, I've seen Gorilla Glass 3 screens from like years ago on phones on drop tests where it can withstand several drops without even chipping, without even getting a hairline crack. You're calling this Victus the strongest glass? Nah, I call bull.
Mm. Okay, Apple EarPods with Lightning connector, white, 1757. Jeez, look at Beats, 208. It's just exorbitant prices, man.
Well, I gotta kind of disagree with you a little bit there, Bobby76. I mean, some of the knockoff boxes may be trash now, but I know back in like whenever the iPhone SE was released, and they was making those knockoff outer boxes that completely covered your phone, front to back. Some of them were identical to the OtterBox, and mine withstood many drops without ever cracking anything, or ever coming apart, or ever breaking, or anything. But now if you're meaning some of the newer OtterBox knockoffs, then that's probably the case, because nowadays, knockoff stuff is actually it ain't gonna be nowhere near as good. But back in the day, they did make stuff better.
Okay, these are not too bad for the screen protectors. But I remember the TCL, they sent me Little John, chill out, man. They sent me that 10-inch tablet, and man, that screen protector cost $50 that they sent me. It's just ridiculous.
Huh. Yeah, that's crazy.
So these are pretty good prices. So have we talked everything that we can? Or Anthony Owens, what's up? Everybody drop some comments or questions or concerns, man, for us please to talk about. And real quick, I'm gonna get something for Little John to drink, but yeah, drop us something we can talk about.
You're just kind of fading out there, some man. Yeah, OtterBox used to replace phones. They sure stopped doing that quick. I've never used the actual OtterBox because, in my opinion, there's a lot of other case makers out there that makes really good cases, like Spigen and others that make some really good cases or whatever, some really durable cases. Poetic makes some as well that are really protective and don't cost nowhere near as much as like I said, with the OtterBox, you're paying for the name. It's just like when you buy a cell phone. You know, if you took the S22 Ultra, it cost $1,400 for the one like the one I ordered. If you took the Samsung name off and you put on an LG name, if LG was still doing phones, the price would drop by $500. You know what I'm saying? You're paying a lot for the name itself. That's why you can buy a phone from one manufacturer and it had the same exact specs, the same exact build, the same exact everything, internals and all, and it sells for $500. But you put the Samsung or Apple name on it, and it sells for $1,000. With the same, which Apple, of course, has got different, the A chips and all that kind of stuff. It's different than Android. So let's just stick to Samsung because that's like the highest priced phone out there right now. And it's going to double in price.
All right, let's see here. Zag is one of the most expensive ones, right? Yep. See, Zag iPad 1.2-inch invisible shield glass plus $50 for a thing you put on, for a screen protector you put over your device. That's just too ridiculous to me. I won't do it.
Robert, when I bought the Pixel 2 XL, I was looking for cases, and I'm telling you, for phones came out several years ago, it's hard to find cases for them. And the only one that I found that I liked was by Ghost Tech, but I just don't see a lot of cases by Ghost Tech. When I look at newer phones and I put in cases, I can look through pages and pages and never see a Ghost Tech case. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm not looking at the right place or something. I don't know.
Dude,
but
what does this shit do for your phone, bro? Look, $60. Zag Glass Elite VG Plus Pro iPad Air 4. $60 at Target, bro. People fucking pay that?
I just don't see where an actual screen protector really does protect screen. Because I mean, if you drop it on impact, even though there is that thin layer of protection, if you drop it hard enough or far enough, I don't care what you got on it. In my opinion, it's still going to crack somewhere, or it's going to really weaken the glass.
Mm-hmm. It's called be careful with your shit. Targus tempered glass screen protector for iPad Pro, blah 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 blah, transparent, $63.99 for a tempered glass that you can just as easily shatter anyways.
Yeah. If you are trying to put it on and it bends the wrong way, snap.
Yep.
That's $60 pissed away.
Mm-hmm. And then you call the customer service and be like, "Oh yeah, I bent my glass." Shit.
I mean, I have bought some ridiculously expensive glass screen protectors before for my phones several years ago. I mean, these were like, I mean, even on the box, it was like, the most durable glass protectors, guaranteed to blah blah blah. And I'm sitting there as easy as I know how, putting that screen protector on. All of a sudden, it's like it just snaps. And I'm like, this is like the strongest thing I mean, you're claiming that this is extremely strong, durable glass for a screen protector, and I mean, you're ever so gently putting it on the phone, and if you hit it the wrong way or something, and it's spider webs. Like, I ain't believing this. I've took so many back. I'm like, you know what? You need to remove these from the shelves because these things here are pieces of junk.
Mr. Caraware says, let's celebrate President's Day. Make this a 96-hour stream. All right, sounds great. Let's see here. Essential had the right idea, and reviewers pooped on that phone.
Well, Here's the thing. Reviewers crapped on that phone when they got it for the $700 price tag, but when it dropped down to a really low price, then they changed their tune about it. I didn't buy the Essential phone at the retail price when it came out. I bought it on Prime Day for like $250. But I don't see what everybody was complaining about that phone so much, even at $700 back when that phone came out. Other than it having kind of, I'm gonna call it real talk. It had subpar cameras. You would think that they could have put better cameras in the Essential phone. But the Essential phone was made of ceramic, and it was made out of it was very durable. The Essential phone ran perfect. The screen was awesome. The only thing that phone needed was dual speakers, because the bottom fire speaker it didn't have enough volume. And everybody, and like you say, when it came out for $700, everybody crapped on it. It was like this is just not worth the money. Blah blah blah. Of course, I'm not gonna, but it's like everybody dumped on it. But then when you get it for like $300, oh, it's such a great phone. I'm thinking, no. If you can't say it's a good phone when it was $700, don't say it's a good phone when it's $300, because it's the same phone then. It's the same phone now as it was then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, to me, the worst thing about the Essential phone was the cameras were subpar in medium to low light. And outdoors, oh yeah, it took fantastic photos. Like, you can buy a phone for $50 and get good outside photos, but the cameras was the biggest downfall on the Essential phone. But everything else on that phone was great. I mean, it had enough RAM for its time, had plenty of storage. It ran the 835 processor, which all phones were running back then. But everybody, it's just, I don't know. I figure if somebody ain't complaining about something, they'd have nothing else to do.
I wonder how long we got left on the gift card thing. I gotta take a look, actually.
Gift card thing for what? What I'm talking about?
I got a Simple Mobile monthly thing that I'm giving away.
Oh.
I gotta check. I gotta see how long it.
I know my Boost Mobile SIM card said activate before 2024. I'm like, I can still activate this card in 2 years from now. But
oh shit! Yeah. There's 30 hours left to join into that thing. There's been 1,050 entries in it. Holy shit! 30 hours left, guys. Let me pop that on the screen real quick for y'all.
There you go. So when you excuse me. So when are you gonna give it away?
Well, as soon as the 30 hours is done, we're just gonna pick a winner.
And you got over 1,000 entries.
1,050 entries. Yep.
Wow. So 1 in 1,000.
but each person can like you can do daily things to win.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like you could do more than one entry. Like I think you can do like 5 or 6 entries per day. So, damn, that thing spread quick. Let's see here. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it. Let's see here. Where's it at? Here it goes.
While you're pulling that up, I'm going to answer this here. I'm going
Yeah,
to
go ahead,
talk
buddy.
on. Yeah, Javon, it says, I remember a lot of reviewers became resellers after the PH1 Essential went down to 250. Essential was the best value. Exactly. That's why I honestly do not listen to major tech giants, big tech influencers, because they're like the wind. Okay. I mean, they're honestly like the wind. And a lot of them, real talk, y'all, I mean, everybody, I put a poll out. I'm like, everything that I see about technology, whether I'm talking about it, whether I'm reviewing it, unboxing it, do you want real talk? And everybody voted real talk. So real talk, I don't trust these big YouTubers. I don't, because they'll tell you something 1 minute, and then the next couple of months, something completely different. You'll hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm putting this phone up because blah blah blah," and then they'll get it back out after it's like they're ready to throw in the towel on the phone because they're having a little bit of issue with it. But then when it drops in price or after it's fixed, then they want to change their tune. And I'm thinking, nah, you're gonna shelf a phone when you're having just a little bit of issue when it first releases. I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't want to hear nothing outside of you about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it was with the Essential phone. Essential phone was a great phone at 250, and I'm sure it was just fine at 100 at the time. It's just that I agree it had subpar cameras, but everything else, it was pure Android. And it's just, you got to be careful who you listen to. I mean, you got people that you got millions of people listening to one person or whatever, and then they'll take that opinion and the individual will take the opinion of who they watched, and they'll come to your channel. It's a smaller channel, and they'll rag and then they'll rag on it. I'm thinking, yeah, you heard that from this YouTuber or that YouTuber, so you're coming here and regurgitating what they just said on something that you never used. So you got to really watch who you listen to. But go ahead. I'm rant's over. Go ahead.
Oh no, dude, there's a lot from India. A lot of
Really?
people yeah, a lot. Dude, I got a really big following from India, bro.
Yeah, so do I. It's like number 2 on my list.
Yeah, bro. See, that's a lot of from Delhi, India. So
Yep.
I don't know, man. Looks like what's where Rhode Island, Illinois. Look at this. So pretty good amount, but yeah, man. Looks like somebody from India is gonna win this, bro.
All right, I want to answer this question. Okay, I heard you just call it Illinois. Do y'all call it Illinois or Illinois? Do you make the sound? Do you make the S sound silent, or do you put the S in there with it?
Yes, Illinois,
I call it Illinois.
but there's an S.
I'm just kind of curious to see how everybody pronounces it. Because I've heard it both ways. So with the S silent or without the S silent? Just something.
60 invalid actions. Let's go ahead and do that.
Oh.
Okay.
Getting everything coming through at one time here.
Let me look at the comments real quick. Oh, why the comments ain't coming in? It's weird. Unless nobody's commenting. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we've been on here long enough, bro. Joseph Bennett says, "I'm pretty sure the proper way is with the S included." Says Joseph.
Probably. It probably is. That's the way I've always said it. Maybe it ought to be, yeah.
Once person hits 1 million subs, seems like they sell out. I think that would be less of a reason because, like, if I'm getting paid and I'm getting like this is my full-time job, I'm chilling. Like, why do I even need to? You know what I'm saying?
What I think when he talks about selling out is when you get that many subscribers, you start getting a lot of these, sponsorships from this and that and the other, and then you get companies who they want you to say good things about their product, and then they'll pay you tens of thousands of dollars. And if you talk bad about somebody else's stuff or whatever the case may be, then people just sell out. At that point, just to make bank. Now, money sounds tempting. $10,000 sounds good. If it came down to it. But my goodness, why? I mean, if you gain a trust and a following and you get that many subscribers, it's like people's going to listen to you regardless if you're truthful or full of crap. But I would just honestly, I'd rather just maintain integrity, man. I honestly just rather, even if I got, which I'll never be a big YouTuber, believe me, I'm never going to be probably much more than I am right now, and that's fine. But the thing about it is even if I did get to that kind of status, I'm not going to want to change. Because what's the point? What's really the point of being on here and trying to help people out if you're just bullcrapping everybody?
I mean, being sponsored, I mean, you have to say I'm sponsored by this video has been sponsored by, like, if you're doing a Samsung review and they sent you the product, you have to say, hey, they sent me the product. By the way, guys, this video is sponsored by Samsung. Or they provided the review unit. So sometimes they don't do that, which is
a lot of them are hush hushed. A lot of them.
Yeah, but they can get they know, dude. They can get fucked up by the FTC for that. So they know.
I honestly, I really don't know. That YouTube is not going to do nothing to them because they're making them a ton of money. Of course, if you're a huge YouTuber, you can get by with a lot more crap because you're bringing in a crap ton of money for YouTube. Just like anything else. It's just like Twitch or whatever else the case may be. They're gonna a small Twitch streamer that don't hardly bring in nothing. They can do nothing and get banned. But you take somebody that's making them big money and they get just a slap on the wrist. And in my opinion, that's exactly how it is on YouTube as well. Because you really, I guess if you don't monetize, maybe if you don't monetize your videos, you don't have to really say a whole lot. Maybe, I don't know. That's kind of like a gray area, I guess. Something that I'm not too familiar with or whatever, but because if you hear somebody doing a Pixel review and then they're completely comparing it with a Samsung the whole freaking time, I'm like, is this a Pixel review or is this a Pixel Samsung comparison? If this is going to be a Pixel review, don't compare it to another phone. And the reason why is because it's like, well, this phone does this, but when you look at Samsung, this has a little bit. I'm like, this ain't a Samsung. This is a whole different phone, and you can just tell. You can just tell whenever. You can just tell if you listen. You can just tell.
Anthony Owen says, "Good Magic Tech. Why is there people out there that always try to unlock their car and hold their phone in their hand? Oh yeah, or they have their phone in their lap and then they get out of their car." That's like,
now I've done that a few times before. I put my phone in my lap and forget it's there, open the door, and I hear something slam the concrete. I'm like, oh my god! But I haven't done that since I was using like the Moto E4 as a daily. So it's been a long time ago.
All right. I want everybody in the chat right now, live chat. Tell us, have you ever broken a phone? Say yes, I've broken my phone, or no, I've never broken a screen. Screen. We'll say screen. Say yes, you've broken a phone, or no, I never have broken a screen.
Have you ever broken a screen or a phone, John?
Never. Never.
I broke one. That's because I took it and I slung it against the marble table.
I've never, ever, not even close. And I've handled lots of phones. I've had 2 or 3 in my pockets, and for years now. Obviously, I've worked at all these retail locations.
Javon Sims, I was just using the Pixels as an example. It could be anything. It could be an LG versus a Samsung or anything else. I mean, but you know that they're getting paid by Samsung whenever it's always being compared when any other phone is being compared next to a Samsung. But yeah, the only time I broke a screen was whenever I slammed it twice against the marble table, and the screen busted all to pieces. But that was back in 2010 or 2011 when I had that awful Samsung Moment Slider Android phone. That was the awfulest phone. That's about as bad as that. What was that other Samsung phone that was just the biggest piece of junk? Starts with an I think. Intensity and Illusion. I don't remember. It was a Samsung phone. It was an old Android that had a slide-out keyboard.
Oh, do you remember? Let's see here. Legendary Tech says I broke one. Robert Allen says yes, I broke the screen on only 2 phones. Okay. Blue Lightning Wolf says yes, Motorola G7 Power. Oh wow. Dude, my wife has broken at least 10 to 12 phones.
How?
I get a case for him. She takes out the case because she says it's, I don't know, too bulky or she can't charge it or something, and then she literally just slips it out of her hands and breaks it, dude. I'm not kidding.
Man.
So,
man, that gets expensive. That gets high after a while.
not when you buy cheap phones.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And not when you're a reviewer, I guess. Thank God I work at these companies because
get them phones for like $30-$40, man. Shoot.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, she don't get expensive phones, bro. No way. No way.
Yeah. Phones are easy to drop, especially if you rock them, especially these new phones that are glass without a case. Because the Pixel phones, the Pixel 6s, they are, my goodness, it's like glass with soap on it. I mean, it's like it's so slippery. I mean, it's just, it'll fall out of your hands if you ain't careful. It's got to have a case.
Yeah, I think like iPhones do. Just you can look at them and they can break. And they supposedly.
Yeah, there's some phones that I have right now that, I mean, they are. I mean, it's like trying to hold on to soap. I mean, it is just, it's slick. I said, I know I was following up with what you were saying because now reviewers have titles like Buyer's Remorse or I Should Have Waited. Oh yeah. Well, I think that the only I think one of the biggest bullcrap moves Samsung done late was bringing out the S21 FE for $700, and just not a month later they brought the S22 for $100 more. I mean, in my opinion, that was kind of like a slap in the face. I mean, it's like they just had too many phones, too much hardware, and they just do the S21 FE out there, and for $700, which honestly is ridiculous. You know,
like I don't understand. I don't understand these phone companies. Like, their phone is already fragile, right? And then you're gonna fucking wrap the screen all the way around the phone too. So it's come on, dude. Like, because like Joseph over there says that the phone that takes the cake is the Samsung 7 Edge. Yeah, bro. I remember like
Yeah.
there was like literally nowhere to hold that phone from. Like,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
or you're holding it and you hold it up like this, like it's like I don't know, like it's like balancing in your hand. You can't even like grasp it.
Well, dude, that TCL 20 Pro 5G, man, with that curved display and that back, that thing is, I mean, that thing must have a case. That thing is slick, dude. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
I mean, that phone could literally be on a flat table and still be sliding.
Yeah, yeah, because the coating. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a case on mine. I got a case. I
What
always
kind of
get a
case do you have for yours?
Ah, I don't even know, bro. It's just some kind of case that's like it's like actually goes into it and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Robert Allen says, John, take your wife to either the store or go on Amazon. Let her pick out the case she wants and will actually use. Yeah, I have. And she still takes them off. She doesn't like cases on her phones.
Javon Sims asks, Moto G Stylus 5G for free or Samsung A52 for 99. Opinions. Oh my goodness, dude, that is tough. I would say probably that the A52 is probably more powerful, probably has more RAM, probably has a better processor, probably better everything. I mean, I would probably say
$100.
you say Moto. I probably have to say the A52 if you got the $100 to spend, because while the Moto G Styluses are awesome, I like this. I've always liked the stylus from the first one they made until the new one that they have. But I've heard really good things about the A52 5G. So that's something right there. Now, is the A52 is a 4G or 5G model? But I've heard good things about the A52 5G, but that's something there. I guess that you just really gotta use. I mean, that's tough.
Here, let's see. Let's go ahead and do a little comparison.
Because I know how Motorola is. Okay, Motorola, their styluses are really good phones, but they give it low RAM, or lower RAM. They give it like a smaller processor a lot of times, and they kind of cheap out on some things that are important. But I know the A52 is going to give you probably a better processor, more RAM, probably an AMOLED display. That's 5G. I'd probably have to recommend the A52.
Here we go. A52 6.5 inch display.
You're cutting out.
64 megapixel. Oh, I'm looking at the website.
All right. You're clear now.
Okay, cool. I'm looking at the website right here right now. I don't know if it's 6. Is it 6 or 8 RAM? That's the thing.
Now, wait a second. Now, are you looking at the 2022 G Stylus?
No, I'm looking at for right now. I'm looking at the Samsung Galaxy A52 5G.
Because I could take both phones and put them together and compare them side by side. That's kind of why I was wondering.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let's see here. How do you do that here? I forgot how to do that.
Hang on 1 second.
Forget how to do that.
It's a 6 gigabyte. No, the green G Stylus. So is it last year's G Stylus? Okay, give me a second here. I'll bring up the because if it's last year's G Stylus.
Here, compare. Okay, compare.
Moto G Stylus 2021, 2020. Well, the green one is it. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's because they're saying that they're showing the.
Here we go. And is it?
They're showing. They're showing one right here, the screen. So this must be it right here. It's just
Yep.
Moto G Stylus 5G. Okay, here we go. Okay, with the Samsung, you have you have IP67 dust and water resistance. But with the Moto, you have water repellent design. With the build, you got a glass front and a plastic back. With the same thing with the Stylus, glass front, plastic back. The display, you got a 6.8-inch IPS LCD 1080p on the Moto, while you have a 6.5-inch 1080p Super AMOLED 120 Hz on the Samsung. Both are Android 11. Here's the big difference here. You're running the Qualcomm Snapdragon 750G in the Samsung and the Snapdragon 480 5G in the Motorola, but they both run the same Adreno 619 GPU. The Moto has a 4 gig, 120 gigabyte model, and a gig 256 gigabyte model. And then of course you got the 6 gig, 128, 8 gig, 128. Cameras seem to be a bit better
On the Samsung.
on the Samsung. You got stereo speakers on the Samsung. You got a 4,500 milliamp hour battery with 25 watt fast charging. On the Samsung, got a 5,000 milliamp hour, but it don't show the charging speed on that one. So
I don't know, man. If you're a Samsung guy, that's a thing too. Are you?
I mean, I would have to 100% say the A52, but it's all in what you want. You know, I can't tell you one way or the other. That has to be your call, of course. But if it was me, I would recommend the A52 5G. You do get a bigger display on the Motorola, but you're getting a better processor. You're getting more RAM. You're getting stereo speakers.
You said free. Is it worth $100 extra? That's the thing.
Do what?
Because he's Motorola is going to be free versus the A52 is $100.
Well, the A52 retail price is what, like around $400, $400, something like that.
The question he asked said, you know, which one should I get? The Moto would be free to him, and the A52 would be $100.
Well, if you got $100, I would definitely say A52. But if you can't spare the money, then of course, I mean, the G Stylus is no slouch either. But if you're just wanting to if you're wanting our opinion, John says the Moto, I'm saying the A52. But that's ultimately your decision. I mean, $100 is a really good price, in my opinion, for the A52. And of course, you can't beat free. So I mean,
right? It just depends, dude. It depends on how freaking. What's going on, Richard? How you, bro? Richard Martinez, long time subscriber. He actually made my Discord, so thank you, Richard, for that, buddy.
And this is coming from a guy that's not a Samsung fan or a Moto fan. So, I'm kind of even on people. They're like, if you're not a Samsung fan, then why did you spend that kind of money on the S22 Ultra? Because I know a good phone when I see it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because I don't like, just because I not like, it's like buying a car. Just because I don't like a certain brand of a car, if they have a car that looks nice to me and I like it, I don't care what name's on it. I want to grab it. If I can't, if I'm looking for a car, same way with the phone. I might despise the Samsung name, but if it's a banging phone and it's going to work great, then I want to bypass that name and go for it, just like I did with the S21, S22. But yeah, Pixels for life. Yes, I'm still a Pixel fan. I mean, if I had to choose between Pixel and Samsung, Oh, it's Pixel all day long, all day, every day.
Damn. Hopefully this next go around they pick me and say, hey man, let's send you a Pixel.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, I know that the Pixel 6 Pro had a few issues at release with the software and stuff like that. And people wanted the Pixel phones for it, but I think it was all just the Android 12 was just a crappy release. It messed up. It messed up phones from OnePlus. It messed up phones from Xiaomi. It messed up phones from Pixel, Samsung. My Samsung has some issues with Android 12 at the beginning. I've been lucky and not had any of the issues that some has reported with the Pixel 6 or 6 Pro, since I have both the 6 and 6 Pro. I did have a little bit of issue at one time with the 6 Pro, but sometimes it just losing connection for like just a little bit. That has fixed itself, so that problem's been solved. So I mean, I've been lucky with the whole Pixel 6 Pro with the problems it's had with like Bluetooth disconnections, with phone call connections and stuff like that. I've been very fortunate with mine. I'd have any problem with either one, the one that was sent to me by Team Pixel or the one that I purchased on my own, which was the Pixel 6. And honestly, out of both Pixels, the 6 or 6 Pro, I use the 6 more than the 6 Pro. Exactly. I mean, this is the first year of the Tensor chip, and there's going to be bugs. There's going to be some things that has to be worked. Some kinks got to be worked out. But of course, Pixel never gets a pass. Pixel never gets a pass. That's kind of like the other day, on Twitter when I compared the Pixel 6 to the S22 Plus, because basically the Plus and the Pixel 6 were basically about the exact same specs. When it came down to the screen, when it came down to the Tensor chip versus the 8 Gen 1 with the RAM and the same storage and the batteries and all that about the same. And one was selling for $599, but Samsung's, and it got trashed because of the RAM, only 8 gigabytes of RAM. But even the S22 Ultra base model came with 8 gigabytes of RAM for $1,200, which was ridiculous. But the S22 Plus is $1,000 and $400 more. And so far it's seemingly getting the pass because it has the Samsung name on it, and it has 8 gigabytes of RAM. The starting storage is 128 gig. The only thing I see that it has an advantage over is it's got a 120 hertz display versus a 90, and one selling for 600 and one selling for 1,000. You're just paying for that. You're just paying for that name, So, and I mean, honestly, the Pixel 6 Pro with 12 gigabytes of RAM, bigger display, and everything else is still selling for cheaper than the S22 Plus. It's got less features. It's it's selling for $100 less. So I mean, yeah. I mean, and I've heard a lot of issues with the 8 Gen 1 processor, especially with heating issues and especially with throttling, performance-wise on the 8 Gen 1. Big issues. But of course, that Snapdragon had nothing to do with Samsung. But of course, Pixel gets bashed because it don't offer a lot more for the price tag of $590. I mean, even the S21 FE was $100 than the Pixel 6. And people say, "Oh, the Pixel 6 is not, is a mid-range device, it's not a flagship." Tell me where it's not a flagship device. It's $600 and it has the same specs as an S22 Plus for 1,000. Price don't make a flagship, in my personal opinion. I mean, it's what's inside the phone. And if the S22 Plus is considered a flagship with the same specs pretty much as a Pixel 599, the what do you call it, S22 Plus, a mid ranger. You know what I'm saying? No. So I had to get that out.
Joseph Bennett says on newer Android phones, you can swipe the screen to go back to this previous screen. There's no need for a button. Nah, man, I still like my buttons, bro. I need my little at the bottom of the screen. I like my little home, back, and recent buttons. Like,
oh no, it's gestures all the way for me, man.
Really?
Yes.
I can't stand that shit.
Man, I used to always say I will never use a gesture navigation. I like the back, home, and recent button at the bottom of the screen. Now that's gone. As soon as I get the phone out of the box, that's the first thing I change, and I'm fully gesture. I cannot stand those bottom buttons anymore.
Really? How what do y'all think about that? Y'all like gestures, or do y'all like the little buttons at the bottom? What do y'all think? I don't know, bro. I like the little buttons, even though they don't mean anything, and you know you can gesture whatever. I don't know, I feel weird. So we got Javon Sims says I like the 3 buttons nav. It's just easier for me. Gestures for Richard. Anthony Owens is definitely a Moto fan. That's what's up. Yeah, Javon Sims says that's another thing you can't change.
Yeah, exactly. Apple has their iPhone so far tied down, man. You can't do nothing with that. When I went to Metro, I got all my customers on gestures for the smaller screen phones. I mean, you do get a little bit more screen real estate, and once you really get used to the gesture navigation, because it took me a little bit to get used to it, but once I got used to it, oh, that's all I use now. That's all I can use. Because if somebody wants me to look at their phone, and they're using the 3 bottom buttons, I'm sitting there trying to swipe back on the screen, like, why ain't this thing going back? I'm like, oh, there's the back button down there. I'm like, switch to gestures. You'll thank me later. I just like the gesture navigation. I mean, like I said, I thought I would never change the bottom buttons. That's the honest truth. Until I just decided one day to try gestures, and I messed with it for a little while, and that's all I can use.
Robert Allen says I never figured out how to use gestures, so the 3 buttons for me. Yeah, like I had that new iPhone, whatever the hell it was, 11 or 12 or whatever the heck that person sold to me. Dude, this shit was so weird, and I couldn't do it. Weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong way to, I mean, if you like the buttons on the bottom, people, of course, you're gonna have people gonna say, oh, that's just so, 2010, 2015, you should go. I mean, the way I feel about it is use the phone the way it's easiest for you, and don't worry about what anybody else says. If you like gestures, use gestures. If you like the bottom buttons, hey, use the bottom buttons. It's like this whole deal about the green bubbles and the blue bubbles on on iPhones. Oh, we're gonna end friendships because you don't have blue bubbles. Crazy crap like that. I mean, it's just people. I mean, ain't it funny how like nowadays your social status depends on what kind of phone that you use? I mean, ain't that like the thing you've ever heard?
Yeah. Hey, who's still in here? Go ahead and type a 1. Who's still in here in the chat with us, or who's still watching? Type a 1 so we can know that you're here, because I do see we have a couple of lurkers. Let us know. Hit that share button, because as long as people keep chatting and talking and in here, shit, I'll be in here, I guess. I don't mind. How about you, CD? You got anywhere to go?
No, I'm good. Legendary says, I like the bottom buttons. It's more natural. Yeah, I mean, to some, I mean, really, honestly, I mean, if you took like 30 minutes to an hour to learn gestures, you probably would like the gestures. But honestly, if you have always used the bottom buttons and you're like, don't really care to try something new, I want to use the bottom buttons. That's something that you've been used to, and you're not gonna miss the gesture navigation if you never use it. So I mean, yeah, just keep using them back. I know many people that uses that back button, and then, I've had a couple people that says, I hate gesture, the swipe gesture navigation. But once I teach them how to do it a little bit, like, oh, I can't have the bottom buttons anymore. I love this gesture. And then there's some that I've tried to get to go to gestures, and they're like, I just can't get this. I'm gonna stick to the bottom buttons. And I'm like, hey, you're more comfortable with, So Richard said, it's honestly sad because I know people who are definitely well off in life with flip phones or cheaper option phones. Never judge someone based off. Exactly. I mean, whether you're using a phone that costs $40 from Walmart or whether you go out here and pay $2,000 for a fold, it don't make you, it don't make anybody any better than anybody else does.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
a lot of people, they'll spend their last dime on the most expensive phone, and then they can't even take you out for a coffee on a date because they're so broke.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, yeah, I traded in my S21 Ultra for the S22 Ultra, but I'm not paying cash for it. I'm freaking financing the thing. But of course it's no interest, so it's because like, and you hear someone, if you can't afford to pay cash for it, then why are you bothering with it? I'm like, because I get 0% financing, and I'm not going to be sitting there. I'm not going to be sitting there paying, like the difference that I'm paying is $600. The phone's $1,400 with my trade in. I'm getting $700 in the trade in, so my difference is $600. So, it's not like I'm getting charged 30% interest. Is going to pay back over $1,000 for a $600 finance. 0%. So I want to pay back the exact amount that that I owe. But
let's look up the A71.
Oh, the A71. Now I had the A71 and I sold it, and that phone works flawless. I'm not kidding. I had the A71 5G. That sucker was expensive, $600 for that phone, but it works really good.
A71.
It's been out for a while though. The A71's been out for like what, a year, 2 years? I don't know when it phone. I think it came out in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. The A71 was a good phone though. Big screen, quick.
This one right here, unlock. Am I looking at the right thing here? Unlock Samsung Galaxy A71 5G. Right here, this one.
I'm guessing that's I was just saying with my 6 Pro making payments on it, but man, yeah, some people don't have their priorities straight. Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, a lot of cases I buy this covers the whole back of the phone up. You don't know what I'm using. I could be using $100 phone or $1,000 phone. I don't go around just showing them, hey, look what I got. What you got? Oh, you got that little thing? Look at bad boy here. Nah, come on. Like I say, like I tell everybody, I'm like, buy what you can afford, and don't let anybody know. Don't worry about what anybody says, because they're the one with the problem, not you. You know what I'm
saying? Let's see what. Okay. Wow, 4.8. Nice.
Yes, I wanted the LG wing as well. I I got a feeling that it won't be long before you'll be able to get a new one for a couple $100, and I'm probably going to swing in and probably try to buy one.
Let's see here.
Because I had the old wing from like back in the early 2000s from LG, where the screen swiveled out and the screen covered the dial pad.
LG wing.
That was really cool.
Right here. eBay refurbished 319, 279, 230. Okay. 229. 185 pre-owned. What's that one phone from freaking ZTE that I wanted? Axon M. ZTE.
Oh yeah. And Anthony Woodard. That's one thing that I wanted to try was the LG K92 5G. That was like an exclusive phone to AT&T or Cricket, if I ain't mistaken. But I always wanted to try that phone, and it just looked really nice. Was it a good phone? Because I heard very little about it. Yeah. You go to Amazon, look at a Pixel 4a, especially in the blue. They're like $600, $700. People are price gouging the far out of them for a new one. It's ridiculous. I was on there looking. I went on Google. I was going to trade in my Pixel 4a for the blue Pixel 4a. I know it sounds kind of crazy, I know, but they discontinued them, and they even discontinued the Pixel 5, which is kind of crazy. Check out Verizon, T-Mobile, some stores still have them brand new and will sell them at half the price. Wow. All right. Robert says, why does it matter? Why does it matter if you have a $103 phone or a $1,000 phone, as long as the phone does everything you want? Exactly. I mean, the majority of the stuff that's on that S22 Ultra, that's going to be my creator phone. That's going to be what I do all my YouTube stuff on, is the S22 Ultra. When it comes to the S Pen, I could care less.
Let me see the Kyocera Echo. That's what I want.
Do what?
Kyocera Echo.
Echo?
Yeah.
I don't hear an echo.
No, it said the Kyocera Echo.
Oh. Yeah, I wish I had the blue version of the Pixel 4a. Because it's Carolina blue, man. It's Carolina blue. I don't care what they say it is. It should be called Carolina blue. Anyway, I mean, like the S Pen. When I had the stylus, I used the S Pen. I used the stylus to draw lines, painting them, and stuff like that. That's all I used the stylus for. If I use the S Pen, that'll be all I use it for. And maybe
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was about done anyway. I was going to say, of course, some of the cool features that the S Pen can do, like taking pictures and just the waving like a wand or whatever and stuff like that. Kind of gimmicky stuff, but it might come in useful for some things. I don't know.
You remember the Kyocera Echo?
Oh yeah,
that damn thing with the two screens. The first one pretty much came with two batteries, and it came with an extra charger. You already knew, man. If you need two chargers for a phone, you're in for a rough ride, buddy.
Yeah, and for some bad battery. I still got my Axon M. I actually pulled it out the other day, and I was I set it up, and was using it a little bit, and it never got any updates, dude. I mean, it's like on Android 7 or something like it. Maybe Android 8. I can't remember. But that's the biggest thing with those phones, is they never really got any love when it came to, software updates and stuff. I mean, it's just like it just got maybe one OS update, and that was that.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. The Samsung Juke. Look like a freaking USB stick or something like that.
It's it right here, bro. Amazon Fire Phone, 32 gig.
unlocked.
$49.99. Wow.
Yeah.
I heard that was the biggest flop phone they ever made, man. Well, they only made one phone from Amazon, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Javon Sims says another phone that had a bad battery was the HTC. You know, the 1A9 had a beyond awful, and I say it again, beyond awful battery. And it did look like an iPhone 6S clone. It did. Pixel 4a is the very top and very best phone I've ever used. Yeah, very good phone. Perfect size too.
HTC Facebook phone.
Oh god,
they're not gonna.
it was awesome phone. I wanted to trade. I want to trade it if I went back. Oh yeah.
Look at it. Oh, look at it. So cute. Facebook HTC Cha. Oh. So
wasn't they gonna make a Pepsi phone at one time, or did they make that phone?
I don't know, bro. I would buy this phone just for nostalgia.
I think that I heard or they made a Pepsi phone. I tell you one brand, my favorite brand of all time.
Look at this shit, dude. I said they could have wiped the phone off before they took a picture. Lord have mercy. They got like cheese crust in there in the keyboard and shit. Like, come on, bro.
The KFC phone.
Might as well be a KFC phone with all the. Oh man.
I'm trying to think here. Give me a second. I'm trying to. Oh my goodness, I'm having a. Let's see.
HD2.
What phone had a screen on both the front and the back? I don't think it was a foldable phone. That I don't know.
U11, new unopened HTC U11 Lite. Desire 626. Ugh. You're not getting nothing out of that.
Pixel 4a is great with 6 gigabytes of RAM. The base S22 model has 8 gigs of RAM, which is 2 more, of course. The 4a and S22, yeah, but you got to look at the S22 is running the, you know, I mean the 4a is running a Snapdragon 730, which is really a good processor for the 4a because it's very well optimized. But you know, with the S22, of course, you're getting that new 8 Gen 1, processor. So of course the difference between the 730 and then the 8 Gen 1 is going to be a completely difference between night and day. But for the 4A, as optimized as it was with that 6 gigabytes of RAM with that 730, what was it 730G? I want to say it was. That phone still performs as good as, I mean, honestly, I can't tell much of a difference between the Pixel 5 and the 4A, with the 765G 5G chip. Everybody's like, everybody when the Pixel 5 came out, and that was their top phone, and that came out with that mid-range 765 chip, and everybody's like, oh, I'll give it 3 months, I'll give it 6 months before it becomes laggy and slow. Well, I'm gonna have to bust their bubble, and I'm gonna have to kind of rattle them a little bit, because I've been using it for like 14, 15 months or whatever now, and it's not slowed down a lick.
Here you go. Here's the phone for you.
The original Evo 4G.
Yeah, bro.
It wasn't an LTE phone. It was a WiMAX phone. But I still have mine. Original battery, still charges, still turns on.
No shit.
Yep.
There was a newer one, right? The night.
No, it was a 2011, 2010, whatever, the HTC Evo 4G, the WiMAX Sprint model. I got it somewhere.
There was another one. There was another one that was. Oh, you remember this 3D thing? Oh my god!
Uh-huh.
And they sold it at Verizon, or not Virgin Mobile. I remember that.
Yeah, the Evo 4G battery was trash. I mean, it was pure trash. You better buy a secondary phone, a second battery if you had an Evo 4G. But that sucker, I mean, I got it in 2010 or 2011, and I used the crap out of that phone. I used it for years as a daily. I mean, I wore that phone out, and the battery is still working. The phone will still fully charge. It still powers on, and it still functions. It's slower than dirt, of
You
course,
remember
but
when phones used to do this? You remember when phones used to do that, bro? I remember that.
do what?
They used to have these burn-in things, these weird ass. After a while, the screen would like have these like dark circles and shit.
Mm.
I remember that. I do remember that. After a while, they would have these like. I had a few phones that started doing that. I forget why they did that shit.
I know that was a lot of AMOLED phones. If you leave the screen on one thing for way too long, it'll be burning the background. Like if you are sitting there like on text messaging and your keyboard is up on the screen for like long periods of time, over time, you'll always see a little bit of imprint of the keyboard on the home screen or something like that because the AMOLED is just screen burn. That's why a lot of these
have 23 people watching. What are y'all doing here? And if you have some a lot of money burning in your pocket right now, feel free to donate. We really appreciate it. And also here's TV Tech's PayPal, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're up here for your entertainment purposes. But if you'd like to, help the channel out, hit the join button, 99 cents donation or 99 cents a month, or a super chat. Just to let y'all know.
Now, I'm seeing a lot of reviewers. I'm using quotations, and saying that, now I don't know about y'all, but I'm hearing people talking a lot of mad crap about the Pixel 6's cameras. I honestly think that they're fantastic. I have taken some. I mean, even when there's movement from the subject, it's when I look at I'm like, well, that's gonna be a fuzzy photo. I look at the picture and it's clear as a bell, and I'm thinking, okay.
What is this? Look at this, bro. HTC Wildfire S.
Oh god.
What is this? Next Network? What? Look at this. It's pretty cool, man. Whatever this is.
It's pretty cool, whatever this is.
Yeah, you remember how... Wasn't there another HTC with like a little ball in the middle of it that you can roll around? Which one was that? There's like a little roller ball like right there in the middle, and it was small. I can't remember that. I don't know. I'm just going down memory lane, guys, for y'all's entertainment here. So, see if you can do the talking. I'll do the slide.
Phone that had the little. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on with my?
What?
Hang on a second. I'm having some issues here.
Oh, okay. Okay, all seriousness, I can still remember the little flip phone I got with Virgin Mobile. Yeah, let's look at some Virgin Mobile phones. What's that? LG. Remember the LG? LG. I don't think they're gonna have it up here on eBay, but I like going through eBay because
You can find a lot of the old phones on eBay.
Oh, Hero, HTC Hero is the one with the trackball. Okay. All right, let's look. HTC Hero, huh? Dude, a lot of these phones are going to be so cheap if you really want to buy them because they're not functioning anymore with the 3G stuff going on. Oh, CV. Okay. Oh, he dropped off, so he probably come right back. Oh yeah, AC. Oh, okay. I thought it was different than that. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I guess I thought it was different. Huh. Okay. Let me see if I can get CV back up here. There he goes. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, losing. I try to cut on Wi-Fi, and for some reason, my hotspot from Verizon, it does not want me to be on Restream, so I got to cut on LTE. Let's see here. Yeah,
you got about a million phones, so.
No, it's not that. It's the hotspot. When I go to my Verizon hotspot, for some reason, when I connect to the hotspot, it drops it out. I don't know what it does that for. BlackBerry Pearl. I had that phone for a very short time. I hated the keyboard on the BlackBerry Pearl. I think it was awful. Yeah, the trackball was on HTC Hero. That's it. Yeah, that was one of the first ones back in the day.
That good old. Oh, look at that 5-megapixel camera. Hey. Did it have that? Did it? I think this one had. Oh no, did it have that charger? I think it did. That big charger, not the micro, but the other one.
The mini USB.
Yeah, bro. Look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that charger.
I'm gonna tell you.
What's up?
I think one of my favorite phones back in the day. This is before I had a smartphone. Actual Android phone was the BlackBerry Tor 9630. That was probably my favorite phone. I wore them keys out. I mean, that's back when I sent thousands of text messages a month. I mean, I was sending 2,000 to 3,000 texts a month. This is before I got on YouTube. This is like 2008, 2009. And I had Verizon and had the BlackBerry Tor 9630. And I'm telling you, that was my favorite phone. My favorite phone.
Look at this.
And then I love the Windows OS. Like I know I've said this a lot, but I'm telling you, I would not be using Android right now if Windows would have made it. Because I'm telling you, I love Windows OS. I love the live tiles. I love the way it was set up. You didn't need 2 gigabytes of RAM to run it. You would think that Microsoft would have freaking had enough to be able to get third-party apps for their operating system. Because man, I sure love the Windows OS.
Oh, the PlayStation phone. Oh yeah, we gotta look up the PlayStation phone, bro. I had that. Well, I didn't have it. I had a phone store that I used to run called Prepaid Flash Experts, and I used to buy, sell, and trade phones. How about eBay Wireless? What's eBay Wireless? What is that?
Never heard that before. Yeah, Windows OS was awesome. I mean, I still got some of my old Nokia or Microsoft phones, and they had like 1 gigabyte of RAM, but that's all it needed. I mean, it's not like iOS. It was optimized. They ran so smooth, and it was so fast, and they made some really good phones. And it just that they had no app support. I mean, you could even get a native YouTube app. I mean, it was just YouTube mobile. Oh my goodness, they just had very, very few apps. If they would have had the same kind of app support as iOS and Android, that would have really gave competition right there, in my personal personal opinion.
Dude, the Passport. This thing looks crazy, bro. I remember seeing what was it, Michael Fisher? Or no, Aaron. Yeah, what was it? Who was
Aaron
a
Baker.
reviewer back in the day? Aaron Baker, dude. I don't know why he doesn't do it no more, bro.
He's
Quit.
in other things now. He's in other like news and stuff like that now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was in Phone Dog, dude, and he would always, dude. He was so good at it, bro. I
He's
think he's the one.
actually
Go ahead.
he's actually the one that got me into doing tech on YouTube.
Yeah, I can pretty much say that he's probably the one. You know, between him, Michael Fisher. But dude, when Aaron Baker left Phone Dog, it just fell to shit. I couldn't stand everybody else.
It did. I agree.
It was not. It was him.
I
There
was-
was another girl. There was a girl that was doing it too, and she was really nice.
Yep. I
And then
remember her.
They both left or whatever, and then it was just like that. I can't stand. There was one guy. I forget. Like he had like darker skin, like an Indian guy or kind of thing. I couldn't stand him, bro. He was like fluffy, and he just. I couldn't. I hated.
I want to say. I want to say the girl's name was Sydney. Was that? I think her name was Sydney.
Yep, it was Sydney.
And-
Yep.
And she was always fun to watch. I don't know. I was just the way she reviewed things was just fun to watch. But Aaron Baker, I would say that he was one probably because I watched everything that he done. I think, and if I had to say, if anybody was asking me, you know, what made you start doing mobile technology on YouTube, I have to say, watching Aaron Baker on Phone Dog.
Yeah, that dude was amazing, man. Then he quit. And then just like, he came back and he quit and then he quit again. I was just like, no.
And now Phone Dog, I don't even watch nothing. I don't even acknowledge Phone Dog anymore.
They still exist.
I'm not even sure about that, dude. To be honest.
Oh yeah, let's look up the Sony phone real quick. See if we can find any. Sony phone, PlayStation. I forget what it's called, but PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I remember having them old Nokia phones with a green backlight screens. You play Snake on. I played Snake for hours at times on them old Nokia phones, man. I love playing Snake.
Anybody remember what the actual name of the phone was?
What is it now?
This PlayStation phone, the one with the actual, like you can flip the keyboard, or it wasn't a keyboard; it was actual. What was it? I know somebody's.
I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, dude.
I remember it because somebody came in the store with it, and I bought it.
John V. That
Oh,
sounds
Xperia
very
Play.
familiar.
There you go, Xperia Play. Here, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you right now.
John V.
You
sounds
gotta do-
familiar.
Yep, right here, bro. Look at this. Check this out, bro.
All right. Oh yeah.
This thing was crazy, bro. There's a chunky boy for sure.
Mhm.
But dude, I so wish they would come out with a phone like this again with the keyboard like that, or just the. Dude, this would be so good for retro gaming. Oh my god.
All right. I'm gonna ask y'all. I said this the other night in the live stream. Since Anthony brought up, what about the Sony phone you could use as a Walkman? Okay. Like I mentioned the other night in the stream, I had a flip phone back in the day. It was a Sony Walkman flip phone. It was like a silver, black, orange textured phone. I would love to see Sony today in the Android market make a Sony Walkman Android phone that had silver sides. It had that same black material with orange trim, and then it had all of the Walkman like wallpapers, just like different kind of like I mean, awesome stereo speakers, and just had a remake of the Sony Walkman smartphone. That would be, to me, I would want to grab that no matter what it costs, because that would be awesome. And it had that big Walkman or that big W on the phone somewhere, like, because Sony's got to this whole camera thing where their phones are like $2,000 and all this crap now. But I would love to see Sony remake the Walkman phone into a phone of today, and had that same silver, black, and orange accents. And then have a bunch of Walkman, theme stuff, on the wallpapers, and and just the apps that you press would be like orange accents, stuff like that. I believe that would be a major seller, especially for those who used those types of Walkmans back in the day, or phones like that back in the day. I bet that'd be a hot seller. I know I'd grab one in a second.
What was that one phone that was like really super thin? It was just super thin, and it like flipped, but it flipped to the side. It flipped almost like a damn knife. Like
that was the Samsung Juke, wasn't it?
Oh, was it the Juke? Okay, let's look. Samsung Juke.
We were talking about that on our phone earlier.
Yeah, I never looked it up. Samsung. I didn't know that's what it was. I looked at that. I was like, yo, there's no way. Yeah, that fucking thing. Dude, there's no way, bro. There's no way.
I had that phone for a brief time.
Why?
It was just weird, man. I had to have it.
That's fucking crazy, bro. Look at this thing.
Yep. Verizon, Samsung Juke.
Wow.
I think it was so awkward to talk on.
Did it even have a camera on the back? No, it didn't. Damn, it didn't even have this thing. Or did? Yeah, it did right there. Okay, that's right there. Camera and the speaker. No selfies. That's right.
I guess I'm the only one that thinks that Sony Walkman phone would be a good idea. It was a crazy phone. Like I said, I owned that phone for a very short time, but like I said, a very short time. I couldn't stand it. I mean, the way it folded down, and the way I mean, when you held it up to your ear, it just it was so funky. The keys were so small.
I remember this stupid thing, the Sanyo. Oh my god, this thing. This was like a smartphone.
Chocolate. That was.
This is like the smartphone before a smartphone. This thing was so bad.
You could put it in your sock, yeah.
Sanyo Z10 or Zio or whatever the hell it was. I don't know why Pantech they just kind of just fell off real fast.
Because Pantech was junk, man. Pantech made junk.
Some of them look.
Because, see, whenever Nokia sold out their
Pantech
brand.
Pocket.
Huh?
This Pantech Pocket. Look at the thing. Pantech Pocket. This thing is tiny looking.
Nokia was Boss back in the early 2000s. Then they sold out, and they made Boss phones. But then they sold out to Pantech, and Pantech, they ruined their phones, man. Pantech was horrible.
Pantech's late. Bezels. Don't you miss the bezels sometimes, man?
Give you somewhere to hold on to the phone.
Yeah.
That keyboard. Ugh. Keyboard's probably hell. 'Cause I remember some keyboards, man, they're just so bad.
Yeah.
Blackberries were so good with the keyboard, and then just other ones are just like, oh my god, it's a mess.
You gotta push the you go and push the A key, and then about a minute later, it finally pop up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Major delays.
MTR, you get your platinum YouTube play plaque yet? Gold? Hell no. I ain't getting nothing yet, bro. When do they? It's 100K, man. I don't got no 100K subscribers.
100K for silver, 1 million for gold, and what is it, like 10 million for platinum?
Dude, they need to make like a copper one or something. I don't know. 50K. Jeez.
Make a bronze for 50K.
Yeah, bronze. There you go. But anyways, so we got 13 people watching, so I guess we can go ahead and wrap it on up.
Yeah, we're about 2 hours and 10 minutes shows here.
Yep. Yep. So, what CB? What do you want them to write? Hashtag whatever. If they watch all the way to the end of the video, you can go ahead and name it for those brave enough to actually watch it all the way to the end. So I don't think.
Oh God, man, I'm not good at that, man.
Don't matter. Just whatever. Hashtag whatever.
Okay, hashtag whatever.
All right. So if you've watched all the way to the end and you're crazy, type hashtag whatever.
Or
in the comments.
You can put in hashtag I'm crazy.
There you go. Hashtag I'm crazy or hashtag whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. This has been John from Magic Tech Review, as usual. And yeah, see you guys in the next one, which will probably be tomorrow. CB, anything?
That's gonna cover it, man.
All right. Javon says hashtag whatever I'm crazy altogether. There you go.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
All right, guys.